Hello, my fellow nerds out there. This is Oracle Nerd Richie, and welcome back to our Wonderland. Last time we just got introduced to the world. A ritual in the woods happened, and now we're joining the kids 20 years later, and they are all having a barbecue. And I'm guessing the barbecue is going to end at some point. So now we're here with a choice that we had to make in the last episode, where we had to ask her a question like, are you sure things are okay, or that it's all to New York? And I didn't really put up a poll or anything for anyone to vote. I don't really know why. Oh god, I'm tired. I don't know why I don't know why I stay up so late. I swear I sleep at around 9, okay? I swear that's why I usually go to sleep, but like I have too much energy, so I tend to roll around in my sleep and I end up waking up super tired. But anyways, we're here going to try to pick an option. I think the obvious thing is to pick you sure things are okay. Cause it's always nice to at least be sure that your friends will be fine. Sure things will. When she doesn't say anything more, I bite the bullet and ask, you sure things are gonna be okay? She gets that look like she can't believe I just asked that. Her right eyebrow goes up while her left goes down, and she grins a little bit too widely. Of course, why do you ask? I don't know. It just seems like you were trying to do a whole lot all on your own out there. Wanted to make sure you were staying above the water. I glance over again to on the stairs. The cigarette smoke is swirling above his head. Maybe it's because you're the only one of us who's left Landbrook. It just feels like you're light years away somehow. Well, you don't need to worry. I always knew this path would be hard, but I've got the grit. She curls her hand into a fist, eyes bright. Besides, I got my own personal cheerleader. How could I go wrong? This is surprising me. Oh? Who? She smiles, laughs, starts playing with her hands. Oh, is she gonna say Iggy? Come on, you can't block me like that, dude. Come on. You, of course. I knew it. I blink. Oh, right. Sure. One of those brown beetles that only seems to buzz around at night bounces off my nose. I duck backwards and flick it away. Damn things. I glare at the darkness. Gidget laughs. It pauses. Iggy? She takes a step forward. Iggy, Her phone buzzes in her pocket, loud. She must have it on high setting. She seems tense, then pulls it out and turns away. Oh, come on. You can't cock block my boy Iggy like that, dude. Come on. Her face goes bright in the light of the screen, but I can't make out the text. She's quiet as she reads it. I decided to crack a joke. Because I'm an idiot. Who's that, a new agent? Who's that, your boyfriend? Oh, come on, that would be rude. That would be a bit too impolite. Like, come on. The dichotomy between these two is like unrequited love. So, let's just go with who's that? A new agent? Who's that? I just go to grin. A new agent? Gidget's face goes dark. It's nothing. She laughs, but it's obviously forced. Doesn't seem like nothing. You just got all weird. I guess I've just been a little stressed lately. I felt like I really nailed this audition last week, but I just got an update about it. And I didn't even get a call back. Sorry, that sucks. It's fine, another forced laugh. There'll be more, right? Of course, yeah, plenty more. Plenty more. Hey, you okay? I'm fine, I should go. I'm sorry, I'll talk to you soon. She walks off without another word, grabbing her bag from the picnic table and making a beeline for the porch. Genzo looks up in confusion as she rushes by. Fuck. Clearly I can't do anything right. I shuffle my feet wordlessly in the grass, then wander towards the stairs. Genzo pushes himself to his feet at the sound of my approach, waggling his cigarette up and down between his teeth. She left in a hurry. What happened? I run a hand through my hair. Bad news. Poor gal. She's really trying, you know. But life has a way of punching you in the face. Repeatedly. With a crowbar. You think she'll be okay? He purses his lips, taps the ash off his cigarette. She's strong enough to stand on her own 2 feet. If she's anything like me, she'll have a good cry tonight, then feel better in the morning. You? Cry? Hey, I'm a sensitive soul, what can I say? When he exhales, the smell of smoke curls itself up into my nostrils. For some reason, this sparks my memory. Oh, hey, about earlier. What, when you spilled beer down the front of your pants? Don't worry, we ain't kids anymore. No one thinks you pissed yourself. Except maybe Orlum, but he doesn't count. I laugh. The sound carries me to my next sentence. No, I mean what Orlum said. That joke he made about the dead baby skin cells, yeah, it set off a creepodarb too. But then again, what doesn't these days? Am I right or am I right? This rewards me with an elbow to the ribs. Ow. Give Orlum a break, would you? Never mind, it's nothing. I think the middle option is probably the safer one. Maybe give Orlum a break, would you? I think back to the aura of animosity that had permeated the air between them earlier. Guy's trying his best, same as us. Trying his best to be a douchebag, am I right or am I right? Genzo, I'm serious. Alright, yeesh. He takes a deep drag on a cigarette, lips pursed. Then finally, I guess I can be a little hard on him. I give his shoulder a pat. Thanks. Hey, for you, Iggs? Anything. Don't be a stranger now, you hear? Sure thing. I toss back as I start up the porch steps. Orlum's perched on the railing, like at the top like some kind of vulture. Lips pulled wide in his usual off-kilter smile. Iggy Maxwell, what did you do? Nothing. That didn't look like nothing. She looks pretty upset. I pressed my lips together. She got a text or something. I guess it wasn't good. And you didn't console her? What a waste. I suppose that leaves it up to me to be her knight in shining armor. Dude. Oh, sure, go for it. I roll my eyes, then reach into my messenger bag, still hanging on the post. It moves before my fingers reach it. Slightest twitch, almost as though someone brushed up against it. I pause, squint, tilt my head. Did you? I start to half turn towards Orlum. Did I what? Orlum snickers and swings his leg back and forth beneath the railing. Did you see that? You're gonna have to be more specific. I see a lot of things. Shake my head. Whatever. I reach again, this time looping my hand around the strap and tugging out the post. For a second, I swear I hear the faint sound of someone giggling. I need to get home. I'm starting to lose it. But there's still something I have to do first. Something growing and complaining right smack in the middle of my gut. I tug open the screen door and step inside, avoiding the moths fluttering about the overhead light. I can just vaguely remember the way to Buck's bathroom. A much-needed pee and a wash of hands later, and I'm maneuvering back into the dark hallway to the porch when Buck's voice makes me jump. Oh, so that's just the way it's gonna be, is it? Glad you get to make all the rules. It starts soft, somewhat hushed, but towards the end, it's clear she's losing control of the volume. Oh, because it was my idea to buy a brand new grill when we were having trouble getting a house payments? I'm not sure what kind of fantasy world you're living in, but grow up. They're coming from the other side of the door to the right. A single line of light is painting shadows across the floor underfoot. I stop, joining inside my cheek. Instantly feel instantly feel guilty, but it's not enough to make me move. Fantasy world? In a fantasy world, I would have woken up every hour by a sound that makes me want to kill myself. Can't we fucking give her something? Give her something? And just what are you implying? Oh, come on, a little whiskey, she'd pass right out. You are out of your fucking mind if you think I'm going to let you feed my infant daughter whiskey. Oh, your infant daughter, is it? And what am I, the fucking surrogate? Might as well be for how much you seem to care about her. This was the first time you were even around for dinner all week, and it was only because your friends were here. Who the fuck cares? It's not like she's gonna remember any of this. I care, Buxley. I'm not raising this baby myself. A pause. Oh, no, you didn't. You've already had plenty to drink tonight. Clearly not, because I can still understand the words coming out of your mouth. Buxley Krills, do not walk out of this room while I'm talking to you. Footsteps getting closer. My heart leaps somewhere in the vicinity of my voice box, and I hot foot in the rest of the way to the screen door, barely making it outside before I hear the door inside get shoved open. It takes a moment for my tension in my shoulders to release, and even then I still can hear my heart in my ears. Letting out a breath I hadn't even realized I'm holding, I glance up and see Orland still on the railing, that smile on his face. Little old to be scared of the dark, aren't we? Every syllable is perfectly enunciated, the identical gap between each. Ooh, dude, okay. Honestly, Buxley, I will also say that Buxley... What does that sound? Oh, I'm woken the next morning to the sound of Mrs. Dawnish rolling her trash bin down the driveway. There must be something stuck in the wheels, because with each rotation, the bin lurches upwards and smacks heavily against the pavement. Roll, roll, smack, roll, roll, smack. Something hollow bounces in the concrete, and the rolling stops. She picks whatever it is up and tosses it back inside the bin. Roll, roll, smack, roll, roll, smack. I groan and turn towards the wall, but even I know a return to sleep is futile. I give myself another 5 minutes and push myself out of bed, and once she starts humming and scraping what sounds like a rake across the sidewalk. Oh, wait, is this my place? With the press of a button, I start the heavenly percolations of my caffeine juice. You know what? That's gonna be my new name for coffee. Just caffeine juice. Breakfast is the remaining dregs of my chocolate rice snappers. And once I'm adequately engorged with sugary substance, I drag myself to the bathroom to clean myself up. I look awful. But then, when don't I? I hook a finger around the corner of my mouth and pull my lip back to observe the damage to my back filling. It's definitely going to pop out soon. Goddamn dentists. It of course has nothing to do with the fact that I never got my wisdom teeth out despite the constant recommendations. Who has time for that? I'll tell you who. I have time for that, because I actually remember when I got my wisdom teeth pulled out. I was a little woozy, but I was still able to perfectly get myself back into the house when me and my mother got home. And you guys are probably wondering, you guys are probably wondering which gas I used. I didn't use the numbing gas. I used the knockout one. When I went to get my wisdom teeth pulled out, they give you when you go to get your wisdom teeth pulled out, they give you a choice whether you want to just not feel pain or you just want to It's like, dude, it's like not feel pain and not feel pain light. Like, do you want to be awake during this? Do you just want to numb the pain and get a little woozy, or do you want to just be knocked out and not feel anything? And I chose the wiser one. I just went with the knockout gas. I breathed that stuff in, and whoop, off to Dream City I went. I was completely knocked out, and like a while later, I woke up to like the sight of my wisdom teeth out, and you know, I was okay with it. I was okay with it. I let my lip flop back into place as I take to my teeth with my toothbrush. Geez, try saying that 5 times fast. Once the chocolate has vanished from my breath, I splash a little water on my face, slap my cheeks to get the blood flowing, then wander back to grab my coffee, and man, my usual post at my desk. Ooh, okay, this is a pretty good setup. That laptop looks eerily similar to mine. I'm not gonna lie. The computer screen crackles to life, and I massage my temple as I wait for it to finish booting. I'll probably have a headache by the end of the day. I always do after I drink. And it doesn't help that I'll have to put in extra hours to make up for work I didn't do yesterday. Whatever. I snap my earphones over my ears. Ooh! Okay, I'm liking this music. If you guys can't hear the music, go ahead and turn up your volume. It's nice. I snap my earphones over my ears and pull my knees to my chest, pop open my text editor, and get to work. Oh! 3 cups of coffee, 1 granola bar, and 2 readjustments of my legs later, I reached my groove. I nod my head to the music as my fingers dance sporadic rhythms across the keys. I'm so focused I didn't even notice my phone buzzing until it's about to switch over to voicemail. The phone icon catches my eye, and I instinctively snap my hands towards it. Oh god. Only for the tips of my knuckles to graze the handle of the coffee cup, sending it and the last few sips of my cold coffee towards the carpet. Every nerve in my body reacts at once. I leap from my chair and grab it. Oh! Hey! Only to jerk my headphone cord out of its jack in the process and promptly blast the dance-worthy beats of my electro swing throughout the entire apartment. This about sends my heart into overdrive. With the panic twist, I reach back for who knows what at this point. When my flying hand hits the back of the chair and my feet pretzel beneath me before we go down. Both go down. My head hits the soggy carpet just as the phone gives one last zealous buzz, vibrating itself straight off the desk into my chest. Ow! I pick it up just as it beeps to tell me that I have a new message. For fuck's sake. I'm 3 heart attacks past giving a damn at this point, but the name on the caller ID says it's Hooner. And given that I don't think he's ever called me before, I know it must be important. I click the music off and jab the redial button, balancing the phone between my ear, shoulders, and I said to blotting the carpet with paper towel wads. The phone rings twice, then connects. Hey, sorry I missed your call. What's up? The paper towels are soaked by this point. But the sound that comes through the receiver isn't what I expected. Sobs, harried sniffles, a cough. Hunar, he's crying. Iggy? I pause in my carpet cleaning ministrations. Hunar, what's wrong? It's Bucks. She's gone. I don't know where or what. What happened? I woke up this morning and she was gone. There's no note, nothing. This starts a fresh wave of sobs. Iggy, she took Sadie. Both of them. They're just gone. I've called and I've called and I've called. I silently fall back into my rear end, forgetting about the coffee. You're sure she didn't say anything last night? Or what about an appointment? Anything in the calendar? Maybe you just forgot? Luna's voice shakes. There's nothing. I would have known, and besides, the car is still in the garage. He pauses and I can hear him swallow. Iggy, I'm scared. You haven't heard from her, have you? Or did she say anything last night? Anything strange? I run my hand through my hair. I haven't heard from her since last night. She seemed normal, I guess. I don't know, nothing stood out to me. Except for the fight. But what would be the point of mentioning that? I've already reached out to everyone else. No one's heard from her. He sniffs. It's been hours now. I don't know what to do. Fuck. Keep trying her. It's probably just, Bucks. Bucks. She probably just forgot to tell you about something, or hey, maybe she wanted to surprise you, or I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm sure she's a perfectly reasonable explanation for it. Another sniff. The line is quiet for a moment. Then soft whimper. Soft as a whisper. Yeah. It'll be fine, okay? Just keep trying her. Yeah. The line goes dead. I blink. Hunar? But there's no response. He must have hung up. I hold my phone out as though it might contain some sort of answer. But my only reward is the colorful laser light show that's the default wallpaper I never changed. Damn it, Bucks! I sigh and toss the phone back on the desk, then set back in the waterlogged carpet. Even back in high school, Bucks had been known to throw temper tantrums, so it honestly wouldn't surprise me if that's what's going on now. But she's a fucking adult. What Hooter said last night is true. She needs to grow up. I look down at the stain on the carpet, at my messy desk, at the laundry strewn on the floor, at my bowl on the counter, with the milky cereal remnants still stuck inside. Alright, so I'm not the perfect example of adulthood. But at least the only victim is myself. Bucks has people that depend on her, that need her. I carry the soggy paper wads to the trash can and drop them in yesterday's empty fruit snack box. Them on top of yesterday's empty fruit snack box. Coffee dribbles across the mouths of the sharks, decorating its front like the blood of the latest kill. Not about to let this incident distract me from my work any longer. I migrate back to the desk and snap my headphones back into place. Seriously, Iggy? Bucks is missing? She took Sadie with her? I'm pretty sure this is some cause for concern, my guy. Work is nothing compared to that, okay? There's still work to do. One last glance at my silent phone, I give my cheeks a slap to drive back into function. I'd be 3/4 of the way through finishing. Time to focus. I don't hear anything else from Hunar the rest of the day. To be honest, I kind of forget about him and Bucks. I put in a few more hours of work, get hungry, order myself beef and broccoli from the little Chinese place a few blocks over. Get distracted watching videos online, work a bit more, decide it's enough for the day, and hack away at my game for an hour or 3. By that time, my eyes are starting to droop, which means it's time to retreat to bed. Repeat my morning cleansing routine, read for a while under the comfort of my covers. I don't think about Hunar and Bucks again until I turn off the bedside lamp. By that point, I'm so tired that it isn't more than a passing thought as I bury my head in my pillow. I'm sure it's fine. I'll call tomorrow. I dream that night. I'm in the woods and someone's calling me. I chase after the voice in the darkness, but every time I think I'm getting close, it comes from a different direction. Iggy! I run faster, the branches whipping at my face, and the roots underfoot threatening to send me stumbling to the dirt. Where are you, Iggy? I run, and I run, and I run. Run until I can't breathe, and I fall on my knees. The darkness is closing in. I feel something on the back of my neck. Iggy. Only this time it's the voice of a child. Please kill me, Iggy. I'd rather not. I gasp and sit up, only now that I'm back in the bed, and the sun is reflecting off the window straight into my eyes. I groan. Oh, God, I don't know why I'm so tired. My heart's still thudding away inside my chest. I wait a few minutes for my sense of reality to return before shaking my head and climbing out of the bed. It's late, far later than I usually wake up. And as I'm taking my first sip of coffee, I remember Hooner. Worry bubbles up somewhere around my diaphragm. I should call. His number is still the last one of my recent calls, and it only takes a second before the phone is ringing, but it cuts to voicemail after the 5th ring. Damn. I gnaw the inside of my cheek. The bubbles of worry are starting to turn to froth. Maybe I try someone else? I pull up my contacts. Who should I call? Oh, Orlum Genzo Gidget. Oh, okay, these... Honestly, Orlum seems a bit creepy for me. I don't think Gidget would know what happens. Maybe Genzo? I don't know. I want to take my chances with Genzo. Maybe we can go back and see the other dialogue options. All right. Let's go ahead and call up Genzo. Maybe he knows. If there's anyone's gonna have any answers, it'd be Genzo. Genzo, my bad. He also happens to be the easiest one for me to talk to, so there's that too. I scroll down Genzo's name. He answers on the 3rd ring. Eggs! Isn't it a rare treat? You calling me? What can I do you for? My Sid from another crib. Did Hooner call you? The line goes quiet. Then finally, he did. Yeah. Buck's still gone, isn't she? He said he was gonna get the cops involved if she wasn't back by this morning. The fuck is wrong with her again? My voice cracks. Why would she just leave like that? And to take the kid? This is probably the most ridiculous case of she took the kids I've ever heard. I could almost see Genzo wincing on the other end. Things haven't exactly been great with them for a while. A pause. This isn't the first time something like this has happened either. What? But I bring a hand to my forehead, had fingers forging dents in my skin. I need to sit down. I tug out one of the stools from under the kitchen counter and slump down. Why haven't I heard about this? Well, you haven't exactly been around? This gives me pause. As much as I hate to admit it, it's true. I rub my tongue against the back of my top teeth. How long has this been going on? Honestly, I was already noticing things not long after their wedding, but they've been getting worse recently. I suppose because of the baby. I rest my elbows on the counter, hand going to my hair. For fuck's sake. The wedding. I remember the wedding. All too well, actually. Oh, we having flashbacks? I can't do it, Iggy. I just can't. What do you mean you can't? You love him, don't you? Yes, of course. I mean, I think I do, but it's like, is this what I want? What if it isn't? My parents were the ones always pushing me to get married. Sin against Jesus and all that if you don't, you know? But fuck, if I don't think I've ever been this scared before. Oh? I found Bugs hiding in one of the stalls in the bathroom. They thought it would be hilarious if Bugs wore a suit and Hunar wore a dress. reminded them of their first ever school dance or something. Not that I would know. I never went to any of the dances. Come on, dude. At any rate, she'd be wearing this classy suit, decked out in the 9s, hair slicked back. Though when I'd found her, it's been a different story. Bow tie rested loose, button popped, collar mussed, and her knee had been bouncing like a fucking grasshopper. But you already said yes, and now everyone's families are waiting out there, waiting for you. You know what it would do? You know what it would do to him? Bugs wipes her forehead. But what if I'm not the woman he thinks I am? What if I'm not cut out for this? I mean, you know me. I'm not fucking wife material. I'm a free spirit. I roll my eyes. Free spirit my ass, Bucks. You've talked about wanting a family since high school. Only because that's what I thought I wanted. Because that's what my parents always told me I had to do. But maybe that's not really who I am. What if I end up breaking his heart? You'll break his heart if you don't go out there and say I do, Bucks. God, the way he lights up whenever he's looking at you. You're his whole world. Have been since high school. And all of us, we all know it. Been a little jealous too, to be honest. I mean, how often do you find someone that loves you that much? I'll save you guys the time to answer that question factually. Not that much. Yeah, I guess. Buck stands up, walks over to the mirror. I see beads of sweat all across her neck. Hunar needs you. Is it Hunar or is it Hunar? I don't really know how to pronounce it. I'm going with Hunar. Hunar needs you, Bucks. And you need him. If you don't go out there today, you're gonna regret it for the rest of your life. Yeah, you're right. She brings her hands to her head. You're right. Then to her collar. I just got a little claustrophobic earlier. She gestures to the loose ends of her bow tie. Now it's all fucked. Fuck. She starts tugging at her collar, muscling their already wrinkled fabric even more. Hey, stop it. I grab her hands. Don't worry, I got it. I smooth over the collar and get to work on the tie. Thanks, Iggy. Hey, what are friends for, huh? Iggs, you there? The voice in the receiver snaps me out of it, and I jerk away from the countertop. Sorry, just thinking. An uneasy feeling of guilt is playing cat's cradle in my ribs. Wait, cat's cradle, isn't that Oh, I think I know that song. Damn, fuck. Why couldn't I have noticed something sooner? Hey, it wouldn't have helped any. Trust me. Besides, we all need our space. Don't beat yourself up over it. Why did I give him a southern accent all of a sudden? Is there anything we can do to help now? I've already tried calling Bugs myself, but I had the same luck as Hunar. My guess is she'll be back soon. She's never been gone for more than a day or so. She'll cool off, come back. We'll need to put this behind us for now, at least. Yeah. The line goes quiet. I imagine Genzo is on the other side. What's he doing now? Is he at his shop? Home? Has he been worrying about Hunar and Bucks this whole time? While I've been working and playing and sleeping like the shit friend that I am? I rub my eyes. Anyway, I should get back to work. Let me know if you hear anything. Will do. A pause. Random, but you didn't have trouble sleeping last night, did you? Why do you ask? Just had some weird dreams is all. Can't shake them. Anyways, whatever. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, later. I put the phone down on the counter with a sigh and curl my fingers to my hair. My insides feel like a twisted knot. I stare at the streak of oil on my cheek left behind by the phone screen till my vision blurs. I try to focus, to concentrate on my work. When that fails, I switch over to my game, but even that can't distract my thoughts enough to assuage the gurgle of unease turning my bowels to a butterfly sanctuary. Dinner eludes me as well, my appetite only coming in short bursts that see me reaching for half-eaten snacks in the pantry. I don't hear from Hunar the rest of the day, nor Bugs, nor Genzo, nor anyone for that matter. The normal serenity of solitude has morphed into a feeling of anxious isolation, and I find myself reaching more than once toward my phone to ensure I haven't missed a call or text. Night falls, along with my motivation. I'm past the point of even trying to divert my attention. I sit at the window and watch Mrs. Dawnish make her third trip to the mailbox that day, then retreat to my bed, figuring out play some music to try and relax, get an early night's sleep. Tomorrow should have some answers. But even my normal beats only serve to make my nerves dance in different patterns. I cover my head in my pillow, lie with my feet at the head of my bed, move to the floor, move to the chair in the living room. Maybe I should take a walk. Somehow the cool night air sounds tempting. The apartment feels absolutely stifling all of a sudden. I grab my keys and shoes and step outside, the breeze playing with my curls as I start down the sidewalk. Ugh. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. My steps are disguised by the hum of cicadas. Lightning bugs dance across the yards, and moths flutter about the streetlights. Each new sweep of the breeze sends the tree leaves into a quivering staccato. Never heard of staccato. But what the heck does staccato mean, anyways? I never actually heard that term. Oh, here we go. Staccato. Performed with each note sharply detached or separated from the others. Oh, so it's like a music thing. Oh, why didn't I know that? I was in band class for like 2 separate years. I should have known that. Or 3 years? I don't really remember. Like hushed whispers taunting me with their secrets. I pass from one street to the next, leaving Brookside behind, past the little downtown and towards the development to north. Fewer houses here, closer to my folks' old house. Just south of the outcropping of the woods that somehow hasn't been built over even after all these years. My palm tingles. A pinprick like scratching that jumps from one nerve ending to the next and makes my fingers twitch. I curl my arms around my chest in an effort to dull the growing spark. Why did I walk all the way out here? A quick lap around the block would have sufficed, but no, I had to come here. I stop in the middle of the sidewalk. There's a gap between the houses, an empty lot of grass, tufts, dandelions. My gaze goes towards the shadow of the woods beyond. It's quiet. Still, there aren't even any lightning bugs anymore. My feet turn towards the lot before I can stop them, and soon I'm tromping across the uneven tract. I stop at the threshold between light and dark, one hand up to trace the bark of the nearest tree. What am I doing? My whole arm is throbbing now, as though 1,000 tiny insects are biting and jabbing and gnawing at my skin. I glance back at the lot and the sidewalk, the street lights in the distance, at neighboring houses and their darkened windows. Then return my gaze to the shadow between the trees. A lilting wisp of wind curling around my ankles and tousling the leaves underfoot. I take a step forward. A branch snaps not more than a few feet away. My heart leaps into my throat. I throw my arms up like a squawk. Who's there? Cripes at a handbag. I'm about scared the bejesus out of me. Pause. Wait. Iggs? Is that you? I lower my arms and squint as a shadow moves away from the nearby tree. What are you doing out here? Could ask you the same thing. I scratched the back of my neck all of a sudden, feeling terribly awkward. Was just taking a walk. Same. Couldn't sleep. Nah. We go quiet. I wonder if Genzo had the same urge to get out of the house as I did. So, my heart is finally starting to calm. Yeah? You were, going there, were you? I mean, I guess. I wasn't really thinking about it. Me neither. Pause. You don't think? I don't know. Guess we won't know if we don't check. Yeah. And I will hoot from somewhere in the darkness. Let's go then. Lead the way. I throw a final glance at the black void between the trees, then step inside. The air is instantly cold. It's damn chill, the kind that sticks to your skin and weighs down your chest. I press forward through the scattered brush, using my hands to keep from walking face first into a tree. I can hear Genzo's cane whipping through the grass and snapping against the bark behind me. It's eerie the way my body remembers which direction to go, even after this long, even in this pitch black nothingness. Though perhaps it's not memory at all. Memory wouldn't tug at my arm. Memory wouldn't tweak the direction of my toes with every step, leading me further and further into a spongy blackness where all I can hear is my own heart echoing off my ribcage. I reach forward, seeking out the bark of the next tree. Only this time, when my fingers touch the jagged edges, it sends a spark all the way up my arm into the back of my throat. I stop. Genzo's cane whaps against my ankles, and he stops too. We here? Yeah. I answer before I even have a chance to check, because I know. How can I not? The biggest tree in the forest. Its base like a giant boulder choked with winding roots. I let my fingers trace across its surface as I circle around, careful not to trip on the gnarled outgrowths. Halfway around, my hand hits air. I come to a halt. The familiar edges are there, the rounded gap on the side, the hollow echo of the stagnant air, the far-off scent of something sweet. It's open. I take a step back and I hear Genzo approach. Jesus. My whole body is crackling with energy now. Even the breeze seems to have shifted, everything moving towards that hole in the side of the tree. When was the last time? Genzo's voice is a whisper. I don't know. I don't remember. Only I do remember. I'd been 16 and had gone in another stupid fight with my parents and had run out of the house, run to the woods. I cut my hand again and again when my blood ran rivers down my arm. No matter how much I cried and how much I begged, the door had remained shut. It had already closed for me. But now it's open. Open again. And waiting. Waiting for us? I throw a glance at Genzo. I can just make him out through the darkness. He's got a hand curled up under his hat, nails scratching at his scalp. Some part of me always thought it was a dream, you know, he said softly. Like, you know how you always look back at the good old days wishing you could go back to simpler times? But actually, those times sucked just as much as they do now. Something my brain made up to torture the current me. Probably didn't help with that we never talked about it after it closed. The elephant in the room and all that. Until we forgot to even forget. And by then, you don't want to be the one to bring up in case someone says you're crazy. The hole is staring at us, somehow even darker and even inkier than the surrounding shadow, a void within a void. But it was all real, all of it, I finally whisper. Jesus, Genzo says again. For just a moment, I'm back in the circle. Book in my lap, Genzo, Gidget, Orlem, and Bugs all staring at me. Wonderland has welcomed us, a world just for us, where all our dreams could come true. But we're no longer kids. I lick my lips, scratch my arm. Something feels wrong. Should we go in? My voice hitches. Even my vocal cords have reverted back to my prepubescent days. Somehow I feel like we don't have much of a choice. I move forward towards the hole, popping a squat amongst the weeds. There's that scent again, soft, sweet, like a tempting aroma of a candy store. It curls up inside my nostrils. I grab the rounded edges and peek inside, leaning forward on my toes. We're sure it's not just some possum hole? Wouldn't that be Hiller? Or Hyler? Genzo from behind. I can't tell if he's joking. I turn my head to look back but whack my forehead on top of the edge and lose my balance. I land with a bruise-inducing thud in my shins, letting out a shriek of 4-letter words. For just a moment, I'm a teeter-totter, swaying back and forth atop the bottom edge. Then my forward weight wins, and I tilt further and further, and topple straight into the hole. The darkness swallows me. Whoa! I'm falling. Wind whips my hair, my shirt, summoning water to my eyes. My stomach feels like it's been sucked up straight into my bowels. On and on and on and on. Complete nothingness surrounding me. Consuming me. At some point, I go completely weightless. Am I still falling? I can't tell. My arms and pieces of floppy spaghetti, undulating in invisible waves. My heart is a meatball. And my feet? Are my feet still there? There's a strange tingling vacuum where my legs should be. Maybe I'm dead? Maybe that really was a possum hole and I just fell and smacked it to the bottom and hit my head and now I'm in a coma. Something presses against my chest. I freak out for a minute until I realize it's my own hand. I'm falling. I'm suspended. I'm floating. I'm everything all at once. Iggy! I open my eyes. Or do I close them? The world around me is as dark as the one inside my eyelids. What do you want, Iggy? What do I want? What do you wish for more than anything else in this whole world? I don't know. How am I supposed to answer that? I don't know what I want. I don't want anything. My fingers are starting to tingle. First tiny nibbles of numbness, then building my incessant zaps of electricity. Up my arms go, growing and growing into my chest, into my stomach, shooting down to my legs. And loud, so loud, I can't hear, I can't think. Just when I think I can't take it anymore. My mind goes blank. Iggy! There's something soft below me. A fairy warmth curled up and nested in my back like its oversized lumber pillow. Iggy! I'm not in bed, am I? I don't remember my bed being quite this soft or lumpy. I move my lips against each other with a groan of displeasure, and I try to turn over before the tendrils of consciousness can fully claim me. For fuck's sake, Iggs, if you're gonna get yourself buried in there. My eyes snap open. Whoa! This isn't my bed. This isn't my room. These certainly aren't my stuffed animals. My hundreds of thousands of stuffed animals. The pile of them has overtaken the entire corner of the room, almost like someone spilled a gigantic box of them through the hole of the roof. A very, very high hole in the roof. I stare up at the same hole now, dark and endless, leading to who knows how many miles back, up the circular gap in the tree, only just now remembering my fall through. I blink in silence. Until orange-capped head overtakes my view. You finally awake there, Sleeping Beauty? Genzo, the hole. We fell through the hole. Very good, Iggy. We did fall through the hole. Genzo takes my hand even as I'm trying to gesture up at the ceiling in dazed confusion. He pulls me to my feet. And now we're in the bottom of the hole because that's what happens when you fall down a hole. I pat my head, my cheeks, my waist, sides of my legs. Then we really... My gaze wanders to the rest of the room, to the warm grain of the hardwood floor, to the rounded windows, to the crackling fire in a nearby stove kettle already at the boiler. In the middle of the room stands a small table with 5 smaller chairs, happy in cookies, cakes, and sweets litter the checkered cloth. We really... Genzo whistles between his teeth. We really... The sound snaps me out of my wonderment, and I turn back to Genzo, whose index finger is currently massaging his lower lip. I only realize at that moment that he's not wearing his sunglasses. Genzo, where... I stop, because Genzo has turned to look at me. Actually at me. Something that hasn't happened in years. So Genzo really did grow blind. My eyes grow wide. It's a miracle. They don't pop straight out of my skull. Genzo, you... Yeah. Fuck. You... It asked me what I wanted. I wasn't gonna lie. I gnaw on my top lip. I can't stop staring. A twinge of guilt tugs somewhere around my diaphragm. The same twinge I selfishly tried to bury deep into the recesses of my chest long ago. Genzo scowls and jerks his head away. Would you fucking stop that? It's not like it's permanent. Yeah, but still. You mean you're not even at all? Oh yeah, I had my obligatory weepy moment. Stared at you all awkward like while you slept as appropriately heartfelt music played in the background. Someone should have put that video on YouTube. Would have gone viral. Is anyone gonna tell him? Is anyone gonna tell him that I am recording a video right now for YouTube? But fuck that. I'm not gonna let myself get separated from reality, and I'm sure as hell not staying down here any longer than we need to. This is wrong, all of it. We're not supposed to be here. I finally pulled my gaze away, attention returning to our quaint surroundings and nostalgic smell of spice curling up inside my nasal cavity. I can't argue with that. Somehow I don't know, it's like looking behind the curtains. All at something I'm not supposed to see. I close my eyes, and for just a moment, the empty table in front of me is full. All 5 of us sitting there, gorging ourselves on cookies and sweets, chubby fingers reaching for fistfuls of cake, laughing about the wishes we made that day, everything from a new puppy to a spaceship to sail around the moon. I even remember the one time I wished I could talk to animals. That had been a treat. Now, however, the laughter is gone, and all that's left is deserted crumbs of childish innocence spilt in unreadable patterns across the floor. I will say though, Iggs, you turned out exactly how I always pictured in my mind. Genzo puts his hands on his hips. I, like an idiot, let the follies of sentiment soften the rigid ceases of my heart. Oh? How's that? Like a loser. You fucker. I could, but... You fucker. Haha, very funny. I roll my eyes. God damn, you didn't wish to turn into a stodgy old stick in the mud, did you? The eggs I know would never have taken that sitting down. I bring a hand to my head with a grimace. Sorry, guess I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed is all. Guess I can't fault you for that. I keep pinching myself wondering when I'm gonna wake up from this dream. It really is unreal. Oh hey, Mr. Fancy Pants. I didn't get to read that. Wait. I don't remember how to go back. Is it? Oh no, it is Mr. Fanny Pants. Ha! I toss a glance at Genzo's discovery. He's holding a stuffed purple elephant with buttons for eyes and a pair of yellow striped pants. Its trunk sags on one side of its face like a limp. Well, one can possibly guess until Genzo gives it a flick and sends it to the other side. He was always my favorite. You had a lot of favorites, if I remember correctly. What can I say? I have a lot of love to give. We should look for Bucks. You really think she's here? Gento places Mr. Fanny Pants. Oh, that's the elephant. I thought he was calling. Never mind. He places Mr. Fanny Pants carefully atop down one of the chairs. No. Yes? I don't know. None of this makes any sense, but clearly something was calling us here. Otherwise, the door wouldn't have been open. You think it called all of us then? This gives me pause. I think of Gidget, Orlum. Gento and I both came. If Bucks is indeed already here, my gaze wanders to the window and in the world beyond. My lips part. Before the words can form, the sound of footsteps interrupts my thoughts. Heavy, march-like, again and again, steady and methodical. I throw a glance at Genzo, then dash towards the window. Gento follows suit, and soon both of us have our fingers on the sill of our heads squeezed inside a round frame, eyes seeking out the source of the sound. They come 2 by 2, boots bruising the dirt, long-eared bouncing left and right. Left, right, left. First 2 with white armor tipped red, second 2 tipped black, and on, with all wide shoulders heaving the iron spears swinging in sync. They round the curve of the well-trimmed path, kicking up dust with a synchronous step. Are those the rabbits? Genzo's voice is hushed despite the glass separating us from a small battalion. My insides twist uncomfortably. I think so? I can see them in my mind, gangly and awkward, but sweet and dotting as they watched over us, patient and curious with each new treasure we'd shown them or game we wanted to play. They've been our protectors, our friends, but now their soft brown fur is frazzled and splotchy. Their graceful ears are ripped and torn. Their kind eyes twisted back and forth in their sockets, twitchy and jumpy. They march with purpose, red, black, red, black. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's actually kind of terrifying. Wait, are they supposed to be the card soldiers? Oh, I see now. Until the rabbit in the lead comes to an abrupt halt, those behind him barely able to stop in time. His ears are standing straight up, like lightning rods baiting a storm, and his nose twitches once, twice, 3 times. He spins around. The rabbits behind him jump into gaunish salutes. The lead rabbit twists his head left to right. The way he moves is unnatural, so quickly and erratically, it's like watching a TV stutter from one frame to the next. The tufts of his frayed fur on his cheek shudder with each hair trigger contortion on his neck. Where is he? Where is he? The high-pitched squawk rattles in the window pane. The other rabbits seem confused. They remain quiet, simply retching their hands back and forth in search of some unknown entity. And there's a squawk from the lead rabbit. I half expected to see puffs of steam blowing from his cooked ears. Sentry 218, you overgrown rodents? This prompts an about-face from the soldiers in the battalion, who quickly spin in their heels and face a single rabbit at the back, the only one without a partner. The rabbit in question flinches and snaps back. Thud, thud, thud. Each impact of the lead rabbit's boots on the hard earth makes the walls of our small cottage shake as he storms to the back of the rank. His next words are screeched less than an inch from the lone soldier's fidgeting nose. I thought I told you to keep that buck in line, sentry. A pause. He grabs the other rabbit's ears, half yanking it out of the skull in order to read what looks like some sort of metal tag fixed in the metal cart. Yep, 104. He lets go of the ear, and 104's head jolts backwards. So tell me then, where is 218? 104 has his head so low that though his face is half written inside of his plate of armor. I don't know, sir. Told me he has to take a pisser. I tried to stop him, but he said it wasn't urgent. He promised he'd be right back. The lead rabbit jerks towards and grabs 104's spear. Ears like crooked antennae protruding from his head. He waggles its tip in front of the cowering rabbit. His entire body twitches between each erratic flick. If I let every one of you untrained lagomorphs take a leak whenever you so much as spritz your linens, we wouldn't even make it halfway around the kingdom. Do you want to be the one to report to the king that our daily patrol was held up on account of you nitwits? It's urinary incontinence? I think not. I'm sorry, sir. The lead rabbit's face has gone red. The next time someone so much as mentions needing to relieve themselves, he raises the spear above his head. I want you down on your knees saying, let. The head of the spear descends, clocking 104 right between the ears. Me! And again in the same spot. Help! Another jerk upwards, another jerk downwards, the time eliciting an audible crack from the bone. Stop, sir! But he doesn't stop, not even after the verbal tirade is over. 104 brings his hands up, but the spear swings past them easily, again and again, cracking against the same spot. 104 drops to his knees as the next hit dents his skull inward. Jesus Christ, dude! These rabbits are brutal! I think they've gone feral, even! The other rabbits watch on in a petrified silence. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Genzo's fingers tighten around the windowsill. My own breath has gotten itself caught somewhere around the base of my throat. Crack. Red leaks down 104's forehead, filling his eyes. Crack. The crown of the head dimples and buckles. Crack. Pinkish brain... Okay, this is a bit much. Oh god. Pinkish brain pushes up through the fractured bone and his eyes bulge out from their sockets. Crack. Okay, get it! Your message is sent, sir. Jesus. This time the head of the spear sinks all the way down to his nose, pouring a mangled volley in the middle of the head and ejecting blood and brain matter out of the sides of his face. 104's body shudders, deflates, and collapses to the ground. Sticky goop drips from the head. And the spear in its back. The lead rabbit's shoulders heave. He gazes upon the handiwork for a moment before rightening the spear and stabbing the bottom at the end of the dirt. The head of it shudders from the impact, sending more red splatters to the ground. He whirls around his battalion and throws back his shoulders. Jesus Christ. No! Bathroom breaks! He squawks with another twitch of his head and shoulders. Yes, sir! The other rabbits pull off a stiff about face, head snapping forwards. Now march, you ingrates! With one last window rattling screech from their leader, they began to march anew, boots biting into dirt in a methodical unity, red, black, red, black. I wait until they're out of sight down the left path before taking a moment to find my voice. Jesus, Genzo hisses for the both of us. What happened down here? I finally managed. Something that I wasn't supposed to, that's for sure. We pull away from the window. Genzo's eyes are tight. We really going out there then? Buck's gotta be out there somewhere. I don't know why or how I know. Some part of me knows. I bring a hand to my forehead. She could be trapped, hurt. I don't know, but it called us here, Gen. It called us here for a reason. Genzo wanders back towards the window, staring out the now empty path. I've got a really bad fucking feeling about this. It can't be that bad, can it? This was our place, our own special place where nothing could ever go wrong. A place just for us. Genzo laughs, but it's not an amused laugh, more like air being squeezed out of his lungs. He turns to look at me, brows skewed. Sure. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave this episode here for now, guys. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason.